Gather round because today we're setting sail on the grand sea of finances to uncover the hidden treasure known as net worth. It's not just for the pirates and the wealthy, it's something each and every one of us has, even you. Before we proceed, kindly subscribe. Imagine your life is a giant treasure map, scattered with X's that mark the spots of all the valuables you have. These treasures are called assets. Your assets can be anything, from the money in your cute little wallet, the trusty bike you ride to school, or even the shiny new soccer ball you just got for your birthday. But hold on, every pirate has to deal with a few pesky seagulls trying to snag some of their lunch. In our adventure, these seagulls are like liabilities. Liabilities are the promises you make to give something back. Think about the comic book you borrowed from a friend, or the few dollars you owe your sister for the super secret clubhouse dues. Now to find out your net worth, which is your true treasure. You've got to be a little brave. You have to face those seagulls, your liabilities, and be honest about what you need to give back. Let's count your coins again. Say you have $10 from your lemonade stand, $100 because your bike is super cool and could sell for that much, and your soccer ball might be worth $20. Altogether, that makes your assets a whopping $130. But remember the $5 for lemons and the $10 you owe your sister. That's $15 you have to pay back. So, grab your calculator and let's do the math. Take your $130 of assets and subtract the $15 of liabilities, and shiver me timbers, you've got a net worth of $115. Why is this important, you ask? Knowing your net worth is like having a compass on this vast ocean of life. It helps you make sure you're sailing in the right direction towards your dreams and goals. And remember, your net worth will change, just like the tides. Sometimes you'll find more treasures and other times you'll owe a little more. The important thing is to keep track of it all, so you always know where you stand. So, what say you, young pirate? Are you ready to calculate your net worth? Grab your pencil and paper and let's start tallying up those treasures. Understanding your total money helps because you can check on your growth and see if you're doing better as time goes by. It's also good to compare your money situation with others, not to beat them, but to know where you fit in. If you're younger than 35 and you're the head of your family, the usual amount you have is just $13,900. This is for a few reasons. First off, you're in your early 30s or less. You're probably just starting in your job. You haven't had the chance to make more money over time. You might also have student loans, and they can make it hard to have a higher net worth. Maybe you just got a house, or don't have one yet. This affects your net worth a lot. Also, you might not have started saving for when you're old. It might be because you're paying back money you owe, or you don't make enough yet. Even if you've started saving, it takes time for that money to grow. If you're under 35 and your net worth isn't big, don't stress. You're just at the beginning of setting up your money for the future. And with time and hard work, it can get better. When people are 35 to 44, they often have a median net worth of $91,300. This is the time when money things start getting a little easier. By now, many have their careers on track and they're making more money. But as families get bigger, there are new things to pay for. If you're between 35 to 44 years old, getting a house is a big deal. It means you're not just paying rent. You own something that's worth more over time. Also, it's a good time to save for the days when you won't work anymore. Some people haven't started saving yet, and they really should start. For people in this age group, it's super important to think about saving for retirement. When folks are between 45 and 54, they usually have more money, like $168,600. Life might not change a lot, but maybe the kids grow up and leave home, which can save some cash. Most stay in houses that cost about the same, sometimes a bit bigger for their families. Yet, some people still don't make plans for getting older and not working. They might not know how to make their money grow, or they might not think it's a big deal. Some people also owe more money because they buy nice things, thinking they've worked hard and they deserve it. So for those between 45 to 54, money is growing, but it's really important to make good plans for the future. This includes figuring out how to pay off debts and save money smartly. For those aged 55 to 64, net worth goes up a little, to around $212,500. Things don't change too much in their lives, but some might move to smaller places because they need less room after the kids move out. The money they make from jobs might stay the same or go down a bit because they're working less or can't do as much. But for some lucky ones, their situation gets better. This is because their investments are making more money, they're getting close to paying off their houses, and they can buy things without going into debt. So, in this age range, even though they might be working less, if people are smart with their money, they can still see their situation get better. When people are between 65 to 74 years old, they usually have around $266,400 saved up. It's a bit more than when they were younger. This is often when folks stop working and start using the money they saved for when they're old. Money doesn't grow much anymore. Some folks start spending their savings and they might not work much or at all. Also, they might have to spend more on doctors and medicine. And if they don't have good insurance, it can really eat into their money. Since people in this group are not super old yet, if their savings start getting smaller too fast, it can mess up their retirement plans. So they need to be careful with their money, especially for health stuff, to make sure they have enough to enjoy retirement. People who are 75 or older have about $254,800, which is usually less than before, but spending this money can be fun, like going on trips or enjoying life. As long as they don't spend so much, they run out of money. We don't know how long we'll live, so it's okay to enjoy your money, but just don't use it up too quick. Most folks at this age don't work, and if they do, they don't make much. Having a lot of money doesn't always mean you don't have to work. Like, someone could have $10 million, but still work because they have a big house and fancy cars, but don't make money from their stuff. Another person might have only $200,000, but not work because they have enough money coming in each year without having to do anything. So it's better to look at the money you get each year without working, not just how much stuff you have. When you think about the time when you will be old and not working, it's important to have enough money to take care of yourself. Here's what you can do. First, make sure you don't owe money to anyone. Things like loans for school or money you borrowed to pay for things with your credit card can cost you more because they charge you extra. So pay those off as soon as you can. Next, use your money to buy stuff that can increase in value over time. For example, you can buy a house, invest in a business, or buy parts of companies, which are called stocks. This way, your money can grow and you might have more in the future. Also, try not to spend too much. Always ask yourself if you really need something before you buy it. This can help you save a lot of money. Another good idea is to find different ways to make money. Not just from your main job. Maybe you can sell something you make or do a different job sometimes. This means you can put more money away for later. And remember, getting rich usually doesn't happen fast. It takes time. Keep saving your money and making smart choices, and you'll build up your wealth. Please subscribe to my channel, like my video, and drop a comment.